Welcome to the Ronnie Show. Boy, oh boy, this is an exciting episode. But first, I would like to say, before we even get into it, apologies for this airing 2 days later than it was supposed to. Safe to say, I have been... Oh, it's just the dogs upstairs, don't worry. Safe to say, I've been busy the last couple of days. I know Sunday I was going to film the show for it to air Monday, but I was just tired after Sunday. You know, after calling 2 games... You know, my voice wasn't really up to par, so... And then yesterday, as I'm filming this, just kind of took a turn for the crazy, I'll just say that. So, yeah, in fact, let's get into that right now. So, I am part of my prom royalty, yeah! I mean, goodness, safe to say, I did not have that on my bingo card for, well, my high school career. But, yeah, that happened. So I was pretty much gone, well, you know, for school and, you know, because I had school during, I mean, it was already going to be an above average Monday because my Spanish class, we were going to go out to a Mexican restaurant, which we did that. Of course, I had it first thing in the morning, so it was breakfast for me. And then, about 15 minutes after we got back, they came on with the announcements like they normally do, and I got up, and I got put into prom royalty, so, yeah, by some votes, I'll just say that. Everybody in the senior class voted, and obviously, I'm one of the more likable ones, so that's how that happened. So, yeah, but boy, oh boy, that was, well, a shock, I'll just say that, and especially, you know, because then we went, because I wasn't really planning on going to prom, but yeah, so bought me a suit last night. That was good. So yeah, boy, today's just been boring because we had all the, and plus when I got back home, it was about 8:15, and I talked with both my uncles and my grandma for probably an hour and a half total. So yeah, safe to say I was tired. And then the 1000th episode of the Ricky Lake Show was uploaded last night from, you know, 20, almost 30 years ago. So I watched that. So by then, I was just exhausted. And I just went to bed. I didn't even do anything last night, to be honest. Whatever tasks I had for tonight, or for, you know, yesterday that I was planning on doing, that all got pushed aside, including this episode of the Ronnie Show. So I do sincerely apologize for that. But today is the big day where we do... we're going to change the format somewhat. Whoops, there goes my microphone. We're going to change the format somewhat. And by that, I mean we're going to kind of switch up the theme music, but not really. So you'll still get the regular intro theme song, you know. But instead, you know, of me just coming out and walking out straight away, we'll do like, tonight on the Ronnie Show. And you'll see a montage of clips that, you know, you'll see, and, yeah, well, from the episode, and then I'm going to walk out to a second intro song. Now, I have 9 different intro music planned out, so we have one from, well, the late 2010 the late 2000 / early 2010s version of The View's theme song, and then we've got every single Sally Jesse Raphael theme song from 1989 to 2002. There was 4 different themes there, and then I did all 4 different versions of the Ricky Lake theme song. So yeah, because there was 4 of them, excuse me. But it was all kind of the same tune, obviously, as you can tell. Not only that, tonight we will have some news to share with you because, well, in terms of scheduling and stuff like that coming up here on RVN. So, yeah, and plus we have some awards to announce, too, as well. So, we got a jam-packed show. Let's get it started right away. So, I'm going to walk out to the theme song for The View from the late 2000s / early 2010s. So, I'm going to run backstage, and we're going to do it. Here we go. Start it.
All that and more coming up on a brand new season of The View.
yeah, just like that. We're going to do that now 8 more times, obviously. So now we're going to do the Sally Jesse Raphael theme song from 1989 to 1993. So I'll head backstage and we can hit the theme song when we're ready. There you go, theme song number 2 out of the way. All right, we'll go to the next one here. Well, it's the Sally Jesse Raphael theme song from 1993 to 1998. So, yeah, we'll head backstage and do it all over again. So far, everybody seems to like it. Let's see how... Okay. We're going to take a break, and we're going to do the last 6 theme songs. When we come back, I almost fell. And then we'll talk about some news and stuff. So, we'll take a break. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everybody. Well, we just got started with our night of TV themes. Yeah, we're going to get straight into the next one. We're still in the Sally Jesse Raphael theme from 1998 to 2001. Remember, this won't be the new theme song, but it'll be kind of like the new intro theme song. So when I come out onto the stage. So, yeah, we'll head backstage and, yeah, whenever we're ready, hit it. Well, that's theme song number 4. The 5th one and the final one from the Sally Jesse Raphael show. It's from her final season during 2001 to 2002. So, yeah, and it's another short one. So, voila. So, that is theme song number 5. All right, now we're going to do the final 4, the Ricky Lake theme song. So, every single one. So, they're both kind of long, or all 4 of them are kind of long. 20 seconds plus. So, longest one's 35 seconds long. So, yeah. God, I should never go on America's Got Talent for this. I'm trying to, have fun with my microphone. Yeah. Is it working? Okay, yeah, we're good. All right, so we'll do the first one from seasons 1 to 3. So this would be from 1993 to 1996, I think. Sounds about right. Here we go. Thank you all very much. Yeah, boy, you guys really seem to like this. Yeah, all right. Number 2. Now, this is from season 4 of Ricky Lake, so this would have been 1996-97. So, yeah, this is the longest one of them all. So, we'll quickly head backstage. applause from, 300 people 7 times. Boy, oh boy, it feels nice. I know that. Alrighty, second to last one. This is from seasons 5 through 7. So this would have been 1997 to 2000. So, yeah. Let's start it. Yes, okay. Final theme song. It is from, seasons 8 through 11. So from 2000 to 2004. Now, they kind of used a different, they didn't really use a different version of it. They didn't really jazz it up either. It's just certain things between seasons 9 and 10 they kind of cleaned up, I guess you could call it. So I think I wasn't going to plan on doing both versions of it because you can kind of hear if you listen closely, then you'll be able to hear it, but it's pretty much the exact same thing. We're not going to play them both, but if you look at an episode from 2002 to 2004, then you'll see or season 10 through and 11, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, this one also isn't as long, so let's head backstage. One last time. Give me your feedback down in the comments section, how you like each one, and which one we should use, because we'll be making that change next season. In fact, let's get to that right now about next season. So currently in this season, we have, after tonight, the only other Ronnie Show episodes we have left for the season are the graduation week theme shows. Which I have changed kind of the scheduling around for that just because of my availability for those days. So yeah, obviously you'll see, instead of doing, a Monday through Friday strip, I think we'll do Monday through Wednesday. Thursday on my last day, we'll do an NHL game. I'm not going to do one that Saturday, just like I said, because I won't be available, because I'll be going to all kinds of grad parties on that Saturday. So yeah, it'll be, and I got to have something for Saturday night. So it'll be Monday through Wednesday, Thursday night NHL, Friday and Saturday we'll have the Ronnie Show, those final 2 nights of graduation week. So yeah, so I will be filming those. I think we're gonna do a double bill of shows for Monday and Tuesday, and Wednesday and Friday, and then that Saturday night show is going to be going back to my roots. So we'll kind of be visiting some of the places where I basically grew up at. So yeah, that'll be some exciting stuff. That'll be Saturday night, May 17th on the season finale, and it'll be the last show in our original studio that we've used for the last almost 9 years now. It'll be the last show that we do out of that studio. So, and for all of the shows too, because we're kind of bouncing production from one place to another right now before we'll have our permanent home in the fall, because we're also doing a rebrand of the channel in fall. So we're changing up the logo. We're not changing up the name, but just like the logo and kind of the design of stuff, and how that's all designed. So yeah, we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have news, and yeah, safe to say I'm pretty pissed off about it. We'll see you in a minute. couple of minutes, actually. It is now time for some news and stuff like that. More things I get to rant about, which is just lovely, because we love that. There, hang on, I'm just getting comfy, because, it's a little chilly down here in the basement, although we had a really nice day today, outside, so that was good. No, I don't know what I was trying to say there, but, the league has announced its forward, its defenseman, its goaltender of the year, and the all-USHL team. So, and the rookie of the year, which went to Riker Lee from Madison. Nobody knew of this guy until all of a sudden he just exploded out of nowhere. Wasn't that good really to begin with, but then all of a sudden he led all rookies with 68 points. So, yeah, good for him, I guess, but not really that good, to be quite honest with you, because Madison got kicked to smithereens by Dubuque, so obviously he's not that good either. And then the all-USHL teams were announced too. Those were, and for some reason they're not all Musketeers on, 3 forwards, 2 defensemen, and 1 goaltender. Surprise, surprise. There are no Musketeers. Well, there are, but, instead of having all 3 teams be all Musketeers, they decided to, mix and match, which is the worst idea they could have said. So Will Zellers from Green Bay, which he doesn't even have his profile picture yet. When you click on his name, he doesn't even have a picture on there. So that's how you know he's a fraud, even though all of a sudden he had 44 goals, which I don't know how the hell you do that, but yeah, you would think in the 65-ish games that he played this season that he would have a profile picture up of him. Well, like the headshot with the shoulders, like all the other players do. But no, he doesn't. So he must be, he's a fraud, and he's probably part of the mafia or something like that. Something we don't know about. Something fishy's going on with him. That's all I'm going to say. And then, of course, Riker Lee, because, just because we named him Rookie of the Year means that, we got to put him on an all-USHL team, because why not? Oh, they did get this one right. At least they got one right with Giacomo Martino, because, of course they did, because, he was the leader in points, and he played in every single game this year. So that shows you right there. I didn't see Will Zellers or Riker Lee do that. That's for damn sure. But, and then they decided to pick some goofball from Youngstown named Luke Osborne, which nobody knew of him really either. And then Sam Lorila, when you lose that badly to us in round 1, you still get put on an all-USHL team. Doesn't make a damn bit of sense to me. And then, of course, everybody's favorite player in the USHL to hate right now, Jan Chostak. Of course, he had to get goaltender of the year because he thinks he's that good. But, of course, they're not going to give it to Urban because, he basically, saved us, was our savior in a lot of games. But, of course, they're not going to recognize that because why would they? I mean, right? I mean, what it should have been was every single one of these players should have been from Lincoln because, they're the best team in the league, I guess. But, Waterloo, they've had a couple of good games. That's for sure. So, yeah, and then, of course, there's a second team, and then there's a third team. So, then we got some guy from Youngstown here, Adam Benak. I don't know. We didn't have Youngstown this year, so I don't really know how to pronounce his name. But, he's from Czechia, which that's a dumb name for a country to begin with. But, yeah, second in rookie scoring with 59 points. That's all I'm going to say about that. And then, of course, Jack Picard, which if the league was smart, they would have put him, in that first team, because that's where all the Lincoln folks should have gone instead of, the second team, or I think there's even one on the third team, too, which is stupid. But, yeah, so we had Jack Picard and then Aiden Park from Green Bay, which, and then defenseman Dylan Compton, he's had at least statistically, he's had a pretty good year, but, yeah. And then Xavier Villot, Sure, why not? And then Melvin Straw for Youngstown. Why? Why? Youngstown absolutely sucked ass in the postseason. Why? That makes no sense. Jesus criminy. And then, well, here's the third team. And of course, they gotta put two folks from Tri-City, although they did just as bad, if not worse, than Fargo in the postseason. Nolan Road and Artemi Nizameyev. Make that make sense to me. That's all I'm going to say. And then Landon Gunderson on just the third team? He needs to be up there with Giacomo on the first team. I am sorry. But yeah. And then Lucas Peterson from Green Bay. Green Bay didn't really have that good of a year. In fact, in terms of points, I think they were below Sioux City, which that shows you the absolute bullcrap the league. I wonder who picks these guys for the teams and for the forward and from the, defenseman of the year. And I want to know who picks all that, because they need to be fired, whoever that is. And it's probably a group of people, so lay them all off. That's all I'm going to say. And then Etienne Lassard, the pile of lard, my guy. Yeah, he thinks he's hot stuff or something, I don't know. And then Jan Spoonar, which, fine, whatever. So yeah, then they announced, Will Zellers, the forward of the year. Now, just because statistically he had the most goals on the year doesn't mean he's the forward of the year, I'll tell you that much. They don't pay attention to people like Giacomo Martino or Landon Gunderson, because if they did, well, you'd see that both of them would trump this dude, so God bless him. Yeah, when you look at his profile, there's no picture there. And he was drafted last year by Green Bay. Or, not by Green Bay, Boston. And it's like, what? How do you not have a headshot photo of you? That makes no sense. Oh, my God. What? Oh, that just pisses me off beyond belief. And then Luke Osborne, the defenseman of the year. Nobody knows who that guy is. I think he's trying to be an Osborne, but instead he just had to be different from all the other Osbornes. Anyway, and then, of course, Jan Shostak, the guy who just throws the net off its pegs and throws it down to the ground because he's pissed off because he's not having a good night. Those are qualities for goaltender of the year. How pitiful is that? Pitiful. Pityful. Jesus criminy. My God. Why? I just want to know why. Aiden Wright, although he dipped on his team with like a month left in the season and then all of a sudden came back. Didn't do Sioux Falls any good, though. So if he wouldn't have left for like that month, then he probably would have had goaltender of the year. That would have made a hell of a lot more sense than Jan Shostak. Because at least, when he has a bad night, he doesn't throw the net off its pegs and onto the ground. Come on. Get it right. That is all I ask, is to get it right. Have you seen Samuel Urbon do that? Yes, I will admit, he is a bit of a flopper. But you know what? It doesn't matter. Getting frustrated and throwing the net to the ground in anger is unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. Especially in the postseason where you're going to have double the viewership in terms of, the crowd in the arena, which the crowds in Lincoln in the postseason have not been very good compared to, the regular season. Yeah, and when all the other teams in the league are out of the playoffs, you're going to get even more eyeballs that way. To have that be your goaltender of the year, plus not only that, the scouts. You know how these players in the USHL, they commit to these universities is because of these scouts. And pro teams, they have scouts, and they go to these arenas to scout these players. Jan Shostak, I don't know if he's committed or not, which, God, I hope not. Or, God, I hope so, because Well, I don't really know how I feel about that. In fact, here, we're going to look that up right now. He's committed to St. Cloud State University. I wonder if anybody there at St. Cloud State saw what happened Saturday night when he threw the net onto the ice. Because that's just bad sportsmanship right there. Yeah, and you can't have a good night every single night. It's just not going to happen. Well, he doesn't like to be a loser. And that's exactly what happened. He was being a loser. Disgraceful as I'm concerned. Now that we got that all out of the way, we have got the schedule now for this weekend. Now, because of prom, it's going to be a little messed up. Well, I think this is the only thing we're going to have until, because I was going to do an NHL game on, Saturday night, but should I do one Sunday afternoon? I'd have to look at the game times for Sunday afternoon. I don't think Sunday, we might have to push it to like Monday night. But it depends too. Or what we could do is next Saturday, because there's an NBA game at night that's on ABC. That I do know. And I don't think I have anything going on next Saturday night, as far as I know. At least I don't think so. What we could do is do an NHL game in the afternoon and then do the NBA game at night. Because that would make the most sense to me, to be quite honest with you. But yeah, we'd have to, at least for now, so, because, yeah, at least hold on, let me look at the schedule for Sunday. Okay, well, those will all be game 7s, so it would depend on if, and they're all, there's 3 series. I think the Blues and Jets could go 7, but I don't know if that's going to be a possibility or not. It's just is going to depend, because it's going to be the start of round 2 as well. So we'll figure it out. That's all I'm going to say. It is only Tuesday, so I could do something Friday. Well, no, I'm not going to be available Friday night. I've got stuff going on Friday night. So it would pretty much depend on Thursday night at this point, which I would have to start doing preparation tonight. But like I said, although, yeah, at least that's not going to work. So we'll get it figured out, and yeah, we will make up that NHL game. Soon. I'll just say that. We could even do sometime next week too. Although, let's see, I'm trying to think. Thursday, I actually only have half a day of school, so if I did something like Thursday. Although, I've got family here in town Thursday. So, like I said, we'll figure it out, and we'll get all the nicks and nukes all worked out and stuff, so. And, yeah, so I think we'll be all right. We'll take a break. We'll be back. Don't go anywhere. We're going to wrap it up. Don't go anywhere. For free tickets, call 248-434-5508. That's 248-434-5508. Welcome back. Well, what did we learn tonight? Well, I think don't rig things. That's, I think, going to be the main message of tonight. And don't pick idiots either for high honors. We'll see you next time. Closed captioning is brought to you in part by